Uh, Hello, today I'm continue my Gulp tutorials, and today in this tutorial I would like to show how it is possible with Gulp automate such an notion like Angular animation. And despite the fact that Angular team did a great job and made it really simple and natural to use animation, and as you know, since version 1.2 they switched to class-based animation, and I still have, when time comes, I still have some small issue with implementing animation, whether, for example, I use some kind of ng-enter, ng-leave with such Angular directly, like ng-if or ng-switch, or is it ng-show, ng-hide, and then I need to deal with ng-hide if we're talking about CSS transitions animation, and so forth. And if you start to give a request, so Google ranking put on the top result some kind of like ng-animate, which addresses animation which was used in version 1.15, and it just completely another approach. And still, every time I need to go over this hassle, I need to search in the net, look over the documentation, and it's always some kind of blocking of my workflow. And I decided to create a Gulp generation specifically for an animation. So let's remove this our style class, and I will, because I'm working on several monitors, and I have my page on another monitor, and it is right now, because I have pretty small space, it switched to mobile, but that's fine. So all that we are going to animate, this is this block. Right now, it is managed by ng-show, ng-hide, and when I'm clicking this button, it is hide it, and when I click again, it just toggling ng-show, ng-hide with scope variable. Boolean variable is shown. Pretty standard approach. And suppose I have a task that I need to animate, and so you know that the fastest and the simplest approach for Angular animation, this is CSS transitions, and I need somehow to remember all this class, and because it's ng-show, ng-hide, I need to manage ng-hide add and ng-hide active, and well, it was always some kind of hassle for me. So right now I'm just giving a command Gulp CTA CSS transition animation. We can specify a parameter, but after we completing this Gulp task, look here, it's animated. And if we take a look on what has been generated, it was generating all the classes with a correct ng-hide, ng-add, and it works not only with ng-show, it also works with ng-if. So if we switch, instead of ng-show, we will switch to ng-if, it will be the same functionality. The difference between ng-show and ng-hide, that if you use ng-if or ng-switch, it completely removes element from the DOM but if you use ng show ng height, it just hidden it, and it just specify display none in style or attach class ng height, which in turn has this property display none. And so you can see that it's the same functionality, and this is like animation dealing with opacity and left coordinate, and it's very easy to switch here. And for example, in order to switch to fade in, fade out animation, what I need to do is just to delete this left, and that's it. And I'm saving it, and I have ng fade in, fade out. And if I need to remove it, I just give the same command with rm property, and everything will be cleared. Right. Okay, I have a excellent. Okay, I will find the problem. Probably it's some kind, but if we take a look, because I just want to show, and it is adding to this, it is appending this animation to this class. If I decided, instead of using default values for Gulp console console argument, it's possible. For example, I want to have I don't know, like fade in. I will give us not a fade in. Let it be slide down. I need to give a name. Probably it is a C name, and let me open Gulp file, and the parameter is C name. It is here in line 32, and if this parameter is missing, the default value is SVV, and if I go to console and say C name will be slide down, okay, so if we now switch to our CSS transition style file, you can see that all generation happened. Right now, all that we need to do is just switch to our HTML file, change the style to slide down. Come on, slide down. And we need, in order to make it animate correctly, slide down, we need to change a top property of element, and it's very easy to do. So we can put, instead of left, it should start from because it will this is ng enter, where it starts from the top. It means let it be top, and yeah, and starts, and when it will be saved, it will be on its normal place. And if we use this right now, so you can see that we have slide down animation, and we can do the same with slide up, and it's very easy to change this property, and it works with ngIf, and it works if I change Angular directive to ng show, it will have the same effect. Yeah, everything works. But this is only the first. We will go over Gulp file, and maybe we can find out what happens with remove argument. I have one task. So first of all, I give the address of this CSS transitions, and this is just a full path to this file. And animation, if we take a look, will be addressed to our animation folder. And if we take a look on our project structure, that inside of styles I have animation, and here I have two files: the CSS transitions, the file that we are working on right now, and CSS animations. And we don't have a class for JavaScript animation, but it will be generated directly to our app.js. And so we don't need this file, and its template from which it copied, replacing the name, is located in outside of our app folder, inside folder templates, and this is CSS transition. And this is just a template, and we replace this SVV with name of the class if we specify our console parameter. Okay, and let's switch to our class and go step by step. So I open the file, I open template, and then I'm reading with stream, and then I read with text with streams. With not stream, I read the file like a text. I had a problem to implementing everything with the streams. That's why I said in my previous tutorial that probably for generation using Gulp and reading files using JavaScript stream, it's a little bit, maybe it brings unnecessary complication, because you will use, probably I will use this class maybe once in a day, or once in a couple of days. So I don't need this fast, like for example for compilation stylus or Jade, I need to run this task every time I press S, so it will be like 1,000 times a day. But for generation, I'm okay if to use grunt or to use yaw. This is just my I tried it, and this is what I get, but definitely think yourself and decide yourself whether this tool is appropriate for the generation task. So after we read this template file, we replaced SVV with any console argument for class name that we provided, and then everything like in our service generation task, I'm using Gulp if, and if rm is not true, and this part doesn't work. Inject string replace, and everything. Well, I don't see any problem, but string, it is this file. So if injection works, but if it is true, in other words, if rm is present, if I give a command again, slide down, and then I specify a parameter rm. Okay, and and it's still here. I need to take a look why it doesn't replace. Probably it's some kind of type or something else. Yeah, I don't want just to waste your time. So this is like CSS transitions animation. It's fast. It's probably the simplest one, but it's not the most flexible and the most capable animation that Angular offers. Another one animation, this is CSS transition using keyframes, and I also created a Gulp task, and it's pretty similar. The only difference will be Gulp cssa. I need to take a look, and so css-animation. Yeah, it's CSA, and still, if the default parameter, default class will be SVV if we do not change it. Okay, and everything was generated, and if we open, instead of CSS transition, if we open CSS animation still, we can see that it was just generated here, and I can let's actually try to delete it first. CSA with RM and cross fingers, and oh yeah, now it works with this one. So you see that it clears this animation, but if we switch to our J file and change this slide down to SVV, and you can see that okay, so animation, and this animation is slide up, slide down. If we take a look, okay, there is no animation, so if we save it, it shouldn't be any animation right now. But I have this animation. Probably we need to, okay, I see what happens. Probably because we use the same class, and our CSS transitions animation, yeah, it's still here, and it has this SVV class, so let's delete it. And now if we save it and reload, now it shouldn't be any animation. So we don't have any animation, and now if we generate our without RM, but for example, let's specify a class. Let's say DC name is equal to I don't know, September 21. September 21. Okay, we generated. So now let's switch to all our contact J, and let's replace it with September. So I guess need to save it. Okay, this is CSS transition, CSS animation. Animation. Okay, let's do it. Okay, no animation. And September 21. And let's shouldn't be any animation right now. And let's now go to terminal and see name set 21. Okay. And it seems that I have one error in each animation. So it generates the old class, and we will try to, let's first figure out that it does work. And so you can see that with our keyframes CSS animation, this is like slide up, slide down. And when we use keyframe, the difference with CSS transition is that we do not need to specify our class active and use a keyframe. So we specify animation and then we use keyframe, and this is only two keyframes with 0% and 100%, and name is optional. Name is it doesn't matter whether it is 0%, but in order to work with animation, it's better to specify them as well. Then, if you decide, for example, to go at 50% at the third animation keyframe, it will be very easy to do, and it will be flexible, and it will be logically correct names, and when you need to edit your animation, it will be easy to work. And I'm running out of time, and I will I will show. So first of all, I will find all the small bugs inside animation that for CSS transition it doesn't delete file, and in CSS animation we do not have the possibility to specify a class name. It's only generate its default value. And then we will talk about animation with JavaScript, which also can be generated with Gulp file. And all Gulp file will be available on Svetlana's Google Plus profile, so you can click under the link under the video and download it and use it for your workflow. Thank you, and happy coding.